But another person who's made up their own mind, Zodwa Wabantu.
Yes, the woman.
She's made up her mind 11 times to have an
11
abortion.
times she made a decision.
Yeah, she's the reigning champion.
She's like, I put my hand on the stove, I burn, I go do it again.
What the fuck?
Just to test my abilities.
But I'm still shocked.
Take out your fucking womb.
11 times.
11 times, bro.
Just take out your womb. Be done. Be a dog.
I think you said before this 11 times. It's a soccer team gone.
Yeah,
bro.
that's a soccer team, bro.
Relegated before they were born. Bro.
Yeah. What'd you say? A vagina's the pathway to heaven.
Yeah, boy. Okay. It's the News Travels Fast podcast.
Podcast, episode 20.
Is it episode 20 already?
Yeah, we back.
Gee whiz, man. Gee whiz. So it's Zoch Life.
Big man down here.
And Mobster there.
Yeah, boo. So we'll be talking about the biggest news this week. Let me just get my drink. Or
What's the biggest news?
Some of the things that happened, man. There was a lady, or a young lady, her mother, who had dumped her child during the week. I don't know where that was. Where was it?
KwaZulu.
I think it was in KwaZulu-Natal.
Yeah,
If you see Indian cops, I would assume it's KwaZulu-Natal. It's the only place you find Indians. Yeah, but she also dumped the child with a letter. I think I'll give Mobster a rest here. I need to read this letter. This letter's so heartwarming, so touching.
Oh, shame, man.
Okay, let's see. Hi. Definitely from the high, you can tell this is a 2000.
Yeah.
There is no comma here, but okay, let's go on. Hi. You might be wondering why I dropped my baby or dumped my baby. Don't wonder, just help her if you can, or call authorities, but don't judge me. I've spoken twice with social workers. They are delaying to assist. I know this looks bad, but I had no option. The system is fragile, and we can't even abort safely anymore. Hospitals have strict rules. So, she leaves that letter, abandons the child. What's happening here, gentlemen? What's happening?
I think in the metaverse, that will be fine. Like, you just drop the child in a recycle bin.
Yeah, and then new timeline kicks off.
Timeline.
So, like some of the points that she says here, let's go back. I hate the word judge. Don't judge me.
They always do that.
That's why there's an adoption process, right? You didn't have to specifically dump the child on the side of the road. Yeah. You could have dumped this child at an adoption clinic.
Yes.
Somewhere close.
Or an adoption home.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that...
Yeah, so and where you'd left the child, I think you'd leaving the child for danger. We've seen horror stories where babies are left over a night and then they die.
Yeah, that shit happens all
the time. So, I don't know, man. Also, she goes on to say, wait, let's go there. Help call the authorities, but don't judge me. Well, we can't judge you. We don't know who you are now. We can't point fingers. I've spoken twice with social workers and they're delaying to assist. I know this looks bad, but I had no option. The system is fragile and we cannot even abort.
The system is fragile and we can't even abort.
Yeah.
So
and I've spoken to social workers.
The whole fucked up thing is it's always the system, but there's a lot of other ways like to prevent the pregnancy in the first place as well.
That's exactly what I want to get in there.
You see?
Yeah. She got pregnant in the first place. So she could have, you know what she could have done there? Okay, you get pregnant. There are free clinics you can go to. You have to go to Maria Stopes to pay that 2,000.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. And she says the system is fragile. And she spoke to social workers. Obviously, social workers now are going to try and tell you to work through that pregnancy. The social workers not there to tell you to dump your child or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think here...
They are there for assistance.
For assistance, yeah. There's the big word, assistance. It's not like someone's going to say to you, you've made a mistake. Social workers can't tell you that. So they need you to accept your problem. And the problem is, as I said, I think this is a 2000 also because it seems to me judgment is the first thing that comes at hand. You like say, I don't want to be judged or anything. But if you had the abortion, simplest thing. Because the abortion sorts out everything. Okay? As a 3-time abortionee, don't forget the Ballon d'Or. I'm an abortionee.
I've got a question there though.
Yeah.
Why is she saying that it's difficult to abort basically?
I think maybe
the option is there.
I think it's when they go too far, then it becomes a problem. Because
Yeah.
in places like the UK, 6 months you can still abort.
It could be that she delayed. You the
She
one who
delayed the
delays.
whole
You the
time.
one.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get what I'm saying. We're quick to jump to judgment and say this is not working, but you delayed
Yeah.
the whole thing. You were in denial. You got depressed. You did whatever. And the thing
She
is,
probably wanted to have the child for a certain period. Maybe the boyfriend and they were together in a relationship, and then suddenly he bailed, and then everything got too much.
also there you go. You were taking me to my one point. I think this child wasn't something she wanted, but because big man Denny looked as if he was a victim who was going to take care, and then big man Denny started to bail, and then this thing started to pile up, like the bills and stuff, and the guy was dude, then you start to realize, no, this isn't an option. Because let's be honest, as I was still saying here, 3-time abortionee. I know specifically we went the Maria Stopes way. The first one, I didn't make the choice. The chick made the choice herself to do it because obviously I don't want children. And I specifically said at the time, take a morning after pill, do those things. She delayed it. It was a hectic time in December. She delayed. She decided to party and didn't do all those things. And then obviously 2 months later, what then? So obviously she didn't want to come back to me and say, hey, I know you said I must do this and do that. She just went in,
And did it.
did it. So also,
Quicker the better.
which is
That's how it is.
okay. Which maybe at the time I would have been willing to say, oh, maybe let's have a child. But I was like, okay, nah. My options were still closed. So even the other 2 times it had happened, I was like, nah, I don't think I'm ready because that's a big expense, and that psychologically can work on you. Having something like that being put on you.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility.
Yeah. So I think this one here thought that having that child, it's gonna, and that's the problem that most people get into. Like most people get pregnant thinking, or in the dating scene thinking, oh, I see that guy. He can provide, he can do. Then when someone's on the same page, you're in shit and you're caught out all alone. So
Then all the pressure piles up. But I still say, like, there is easier solutions. Because when I was going through a period as well, it was such a quick process, like government, not even the Maristo's way. All that the lady actually said is just, you can go there, they book you in for the day, but you have to stay there like, for the whole day to monitor you. There was no like a lot of questions and that shit they were still doing. It was like, just come there to the hospital and they do it for you. But after like, I think like 2 or 3 months, it's no. Then we can't.
yeah,
Then
I
we
think
can't.
the timeline is different there, which they don't allow.
They don't do that 6 months. But when,
Yeah. So even I think also when she says like the system is fragile or like the things can't help, the nurses also don't help, bro. I can tell you now, maybe black nurses are so judgmental, bro. Fucking judgmental. So I'm also pretty sure being the person she is, she couldn't take people saying, hey, you've done something wrong. Because the one thing that just sticks out there, you just got that judgment and I don't want people to look at me. Sure, you've done something wrong. You're living with a stomach that everyone's going to be looking at. And then you dump that child. I've got another thing.
But the other thing I have to say there, it's the simplest thing that they always do is just put the blame on somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah, now
just take it as I'm doing a bad thing. It's done. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm doing it. It's done.
and look at the public outcry. Like people will be like, I'll adopt. You know how many people cannot have children?
Exactly.
You know how many people would take a child from a clinic and they cannot have children, and yet you are here to. And the thing is, people got to stop like treating a child like a paycheck. You got to stop treating a
That's
child
the
like a
shit.
paycheck,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
you got to stop because that's big. Yeah, that's big to have a child. It's very big.
It's not worth the $420 a month. It's not worth it, bro.
That's
Pampers
crap.
are fucking 300 and already. You think you're gonna have something for yourself? That's what they checking. They think it's money for them.
No, thank you. I got another question. So when that child gets dumped now, you think that child's going to try and look for the mother knowing there's a letter like that exists? It'd be difficult to find
It's
a
very
parent like
difficult.
Yeah, but you never know. Because when the child grows up, obviously the child will want to know why. That letter won't be sufficient.
But
at the end of the
in
day.
many cases with the mother normally reaches out to the child.
that. As a,
In a lot of cases like that, it's always like the mother. Because like it's the same thing with the pregnancy. You'll see a woman like say no, she doesn't want children until she gets pregnant and she start building a bond. with their child
Mm-hmm.
in the stomach. But when she gave birth, it might have been the emotions and the hormones might have been fucked already by that moment. And then she drops the child off. But it will be there in the mind all the time. Then eventually they reach out. Because like
No,
emotions are
I
like,
hear
hey,
it. I hear it. But every time we watch his movies, it's all, even that Sandra Bullock movie, I think.
guys don't give a fuck.
Yeah, even that's-
When
yeah,
it's like,
yes.
I'm not seeing it. I'm starting a family somewhere else.
I'm not
Fuck
seeing that. So yeah, okay, I got a strange one. So as you say, it's always It's always the mother who reaches out. I don't think so. Even in my case, I stay with my dad.
I don't
most
say
of-
always. I mean, like, in
I
most
stayed with
cases.
my dad most of my time. So I never stayed with my mother. They obviously divorced. So I've never seen my mother. But let's leave that one. Here is a strange one I got. Yesterday I got something like 7 voice notes from my cousin in Cape Town. And there's this person who's looking for his father. And guess who his father happens to be? My dad, apparently. He's
Oh,
he's
shit.
one of the kids, or supposedly he says he's one of the kids. So he mentions the name, he even mentions my late brother that he knows or some shit like that. So he's like saying that he wants to meet so he can meet his family and like get together and to know his family.
Family reunion. Whoa.
And I was like, dude, like, what the fuck would you want? Because there is no family now. Like, everyone's dead. And apparently he's older than me. He's from 1981. He's got a son now, apparently. And so he feels as if he wants his son to know where his family and like where we come from and all that shit. But I was like, I don't think so, bro. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that for me because I'm like, okay.
I'm not interested. Fuck
Yeah,
that.
they really put it out there that they don't want anything. So I was as I heard the voice note, it's like the sister was talking on his behalf or something. So I was like, okay, I heard that part. So I thought about it and I thought about this, what you just said. So I thought in my instance, like I stayed with my father. My father passed away when I was 20, 21. I remember I had a call with, I didn't speak, I don't know, it wasn't me who spoke to my mother. It was my aunt who spoke to her, who said that we would get back together or some shit like that. She said it, I didn't say it. So there was also that brother of mine whom I had met. Remember that dude that I had met? The half brother from the mother's side, when we had exchanges, we met. To me, it was like, I don't know, I'm not feeling it. But then to also find out that you were saying shit behind my back and he didn't know that we knew your cousin who was feeding us all the information. Yeah. So from that point, even that just turned me off. So I had never spoken to this woman in possibly 10 years. I only spoke to them when they were trying to pressure us to selling one of my father's houses. So she made the call from the UK and just said, just sell it. So imagine someone calls you. They don't say, hi, how are you doing? Or, how are you? I miss you. The first thing they say is, just sell it. It will help you guys.
Wow.
I'm like, what the fuck?
It's cold.
It's cold, you see it. So I'm like, oh, wow, okay, sure. Fucking 2 can play that game. I declined it. I said, I'm not selling shit. I told my brother, I'm like, fuck, don't sell anything. We got time. People will die. I think we'll probably give it 5 years, 7 years. Someone's going to die, okay? And in the unfortunate event, he died before me. My brother died. But she died too, on my birthday, in fact.
What?
Yes, she died on my birthday when I posted my father.
Damn.
Yeah, I posted and she used to look at my WhatsApps like for 5 years, bruh. Look at my statuses, you would see someone's looking at my status, but never say anything to me. So I was like, I left it at that. I was like, okay, sure. One day, before my birthday, I just posted my dad. Next day, she's dead.
Whoa.
I was like, whoa.
Wow.
I was like, Mr. T's punching through heaven, yeah. I was like, thank you for that one. So she passed away. Okay, her other kids reach out to say I must come to the funeral. But not that idiot. Remember that idiot who tried to console and then he was talking crap about me?
Yes.
He didn't try. So obviously I was thinking to myself, there's a money issue here. So I was like, nah. The other people were saying to me, come to the thing, we need you there and all that thing. I said, nah, guys. At the end of the day, that's not my mother. Because I detail what I've experienced. If you ever want to just talk to me, man. But if you don't talk to me, I'm not going to be there. So cool, I don't go there. I hear from the other dude that I was mentioned in the funeral, people were like, we're gonna reach out. Okay. Later on in the house, he also sends me recordings for what the people are saying in the house and whatever. And that guy, is being dickish about it. And he assumes that people want things and all those things. So I heard that.
wow.
So, and even it went so far that they even had an altercation and they cried. So people were crying and were fighting. So I was like, oh, fuck. I saved myself a whole lot by not going
shit,
to this
family
thing.
drama.
Yeah. So I
always-
come back to this guy and I'm thinking, dude, I don't know, man. My only brother that I know is dead. And the one that you know is dead. So I don't think there'd be any meeting. I even said to my cousin, I don't know if I would like do that. I don't know. I don't want to. Because even the other guy just gave up. I gave up talking to him because I was like, oh, dude, I'm so tired. Because what is there that separates, like that puts us together now in this instance? Like I got to see someone and say, you're my brother now.
Just because.
Just because you is. So I feel even that why, and someone asked me about this, like, don't you ever feel like you have to look for your parents? I was like, I don't need to. You know how free I am. I don't have to go to traditional functions. I don't have to slay sheep. I don't have to do all that shit. I can just be me and just sit
Just
there.
love.
Yeah. So
Start afresh.
start afresh. I'll make you listen to those voice notes, but I'm like, dude, I'm not. Even send me a picture. He looks so weird. I was like, oh, wow, why would I do that? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Oh, shit.
So I felt like that baby in a different timeline. I feel like the time reversed itself. And I'm that baby who's now sitting on the highway, got picked up by Indians. Now imagine that child gets adopted by an Indian.
He's
and
going to have an accent.
he's gonna be, and he becomes one of those Indian blacks. Nah,
Oh, shit.
that's it. So, any thoughts on that?
Yo, just that we're having a psychology session here.
But I'm not meeting that dude. I don't think it's not necessary. Dude.
Nah, it's not. I agree with
What
you
if
there.
he's like a great beat maker?
No, well, I'm not exploiting anyone. No, I don't think he is. I'll show you the picture. He just looks weird. I was like, oh man, he looks weird. Who wears a 3/4 shorts at the beach? I was like, no. I'm looking at all of that. I'm like, it's not happening.
Maybe give him a shot, but
Yeah.
you meet someone, you go eat something, you're done. You know, you
I'm
you
not going
take
to
your
Cape Town.
thing.
I'm not going.
Yeah.
No, you know they
I-
must come to you.
No, I don't want anyone to come to me. Fuck. What
No,
if they
you
don't want to
meet
leave?
halfway.
No. What if they, no. You can, and that's the beauty of a phone. I think that's one of the reasons I got rid of Facebook because that's how the first people contacted me.
Yeah, just Skype.
They got me
Video
through
call.
Facebook.
But look, I agree with Pigman Danny actually. Just meet the guy once. Just see what's the
place
vibe,
in-
and then
yeah.
you can must decide afterwards.
No, I don't think I can, bro. I can't. I have a certain set of people that I know in my life. I don't need any more new family. I'm done with family. It's great. There's nothing else I need. And I don't know how I'm going to break it to him. It's going to sound like terrible when I say to him, no, bro, I don't feel like it.
Just we're gonna make a clip.
No, the fuck.
No guy, I don't feel like it.
Yeah. And maybe we should do it on camera when I say to him, no, guy, I don't feel like it.
Just video call each other.
That's going to be awkward. Imagine that. Like the last time I video called someone, I was having a relationship with masturbation. Now I need to talk to someone and be like, yeah, you're my brother.
Oh, my brother. Should I take my dick out?
No, I'm not doing that, man. I'm not doing that. But are we leaving it? Are we leaving it there?
It's your decision at the end of the day. I understand both ways, bro.
Look
if you
here, look
go,
here.
if you don't.
Me personally, I also have siblings from my father's side, who I never met, and honestly, I have no care.
You see?
What?
But like, I understand, like, he must be, I don't understand why someone wants to meet someone. It's either he's lonely or what is it? And it's just, I think
There
the
must
problem.
be a reason.
Yeah,
There's
must be a
always
reason.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah, I feel like TV's fucked up everything. Now I got to be a statistic on Kumbulukai or some shit. Because why do you
'Cause
want?
I see my other brother, like in town on newspapers and all this shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to talk to this guy. Why?
That's-
Why the
yeah,
fuck?
and worst
Like,
part
we
is-
won't have anything in common. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do with you?
Yes.
Just live your life, bro. I'm gonna live mine. Yeah, just
Yeah,
do
and
what the fuck you
look,
did all the years.
I'm touched by the sentiment that people want to know each other. But I think you start your own timeline, bro.
Yeah.
Start your own timeline. Forget my father.
Sometimes
Forget it.
you
And he
know,
didn't know
just-
him. Yeah, and well, this is one thing I spoke with Thing yesterday. She was like, he's gonna ask you, how was he? And and all these things, and you're gonna answer all these questions.
It's like
Yeah.
it's gonna
And
be
all
an
that-
interview.
And then it's gonna be bad in the fact that I can't say, oh no, he used to buy me this, but you got shit, nothing. 'Cause he left.
You ain't got shit.
Yeah, you ain't got shit because he left you in Cape Town with your mom and you
What
know?
was he supposed to do?
You see?
What was it supposed to do?
Yeah, bro, fuck. Look, there was apartheid back then. If you were dropped off as a child in apartheid years, I wouldn't feel bad about that, bro. The cops were parading each city. Your parents had to make a duck for it. So imagine they were at some freedom fighter rally. There was a once-off,
Yeah.
a quickie, and then you had to leave town.
Yeah, that's how shit happened back then. Yeah, it was like those type of things.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's a lot. But I don't think, I'm not doing it.
Your choice, I understand. But
I'm not doing that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to make up your own mind.
yeah.
there.
Nah, I'm not doing it.
Can't
But another person who's made up their own mind, Zodwa Wabantu.
Yes, the woman.
She's made up her mind 11 times to have an
11
abortion.
times she made a decision.
Yeah, she's the reigning champion.
She's like, I put my hand on the stove, I burn, I go do it again.
What the fuck?
Just to test my abilities.
But I'm still shocked.
Take out your fucking womb.
11 times.
11 times, bro.
Just take out your womb. Be done. Be a dog.
Yeah, I think you said before this 11 times. It's a soccer team gone.
Yeah,
bro.
that's a soccer team, bro.
Relegated before they were born. Bro.
Yeah. What you say? A vagina's the pathway to heaven.
Yeah, bro. That's bad, bro. And look, I mean, there's nothing. Yeah. It
Out of my
is.
dick straight to heaven.
Yeah. Bro, imagine you at a show. You were at one of those Zodwa shows and you were the idiot trying to stick your hand in a vagina. If you came back without a hand, I would expect that to happen because that thing would devour you. That is a pathway, as he's just said, like we were saying earlier. This is why she's so messed up.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think-
see, it never ends well, bro.
Yeah,
Obviously, like anything, like it's gonna affect you mentally.
Yes.
It's gonna affect you mentally, despite what. Like after the fourth or fifth time, you need to start like thinking and reevaluating yourself. Like I can't be fucking people clean and people doing this shit to me.
And you're the
Yeah.
one. Yeah, you. And
There's so many contraceptives and shit that you can use. I'm probably gonna be attacked for this. You're not a fucking woman. Okay, I understand I'm not a woman, but fuck, at least
But
tell the
we've-
guys to wear a condom at least.
There's the thing, and I like what you said
Diseases,
there
bro.
because I'm also going to be attacked for this most probably.
Why?
But why is she playing the victim card all of a sudden?
No, she wasn't playing a victim. She was being brave. She was being
Oh,
out
yeah,
there.
okay,
That's what he.
okay,
That's what
okay.
he.
And those-
That's
that's
what he
the
read.
first thing I said. Like,
Yeah,
the
just go to
comments.
those comments there as we talk about it. Because
comments.
the thing is, someone was saying the show needs to be pulled off because for you guys to be actually publicizing something like that, you've had 11 abortions. And you've got quite a big following on Twitter and Instagram, whatever, and you got your own show. I love that actually. No. I side with her here, bro. I side with her. It's pleasure over safety. Fuck that shit. This is from the Raw Dog crew, man. I'm telling you, and look, without abortions, we wouldn't have breakfast. What do you think eggs come from, bro? You can have runny eggs, you can have them sunny side up or hard done. So I'm thinking it's fine as long as you've taken responsibility. She doesn't have little kiddies running around or a soccer team, as we've said, running around.
But it seems like now she's got demons.
Yeah, she does. And she was even had a calling, like a traditional calling of some sorts. That's where that whole demon comes from. So the voices in her head,
Yeah.
being 11 of them, are those little kiddies that have actually caused her to twasa and all that shit. You see that? So I think maybe on the show they may have to consider even a counseling session to have, just to actually go through her psyche. Because I'm like, that fucks you up. And even the one person that I knew who had an abortion, she was not okay for possibly 3 months.
Yeah, it does. As I said, like they build a bond eventually.
Yeah.
The problem I have with it, right? The whole problem that I have with these type of things is what picture is she basically? What is she portraying basically? Because at the end of the day, all that she is basically telling younger ladies as well, fuck, and fuck. We can just go and do your shit, get abortions. If let these guys do it raw and do how the fuck you want. You might think you're not influencing people, but you are at the end of the day. When you're in that limelight, the girls are looking up to you. They're thinking, but she's doing that shit. Mm-hmm. She's brave. Look there, and she's speaking about it like 11 times, right? 11 times, no joke. Like 4 times you're supposed
But
to
I
know.
think she was
like,
also
fuck that.
I think she was sensationalizing it also. I think just for TV, she'd be sensationalizing that shit.
She's doing that.
Because 11 sounds like too much of a magical number. 11 is like if you look at how
Your
11
womb is fucked.
Yeah, if you look at 11, it's
Fuck
like
literally.
two legs, and then there shit is. I'm like, nah. I don't think so. You got those comments?
I'm not able to find it. Yeah.
Oh, boo.
No.
Yeah, but the people sounded pretty enthusiastic.
Yeah, there was one
On
lady,
that.
that first lady that still said like she can't add that word. You know that word
So
you said?
strong.
No. I can't judge her. Don't judge her. Judge.
Yes. Oh,
But then they watch judging shows all their lives on
Yes.
ETV.
And they judge people as well.
yeah.
and
No,
they just-
women judge a lot, bro.
Yeah. Then that's the thing. First thing is she's so strong, she's brave, she spoke about it, and that's all. Like fuck no, man. I just think like 11 it's way too much.
Yeah,
So
11 is way too much. I
you
think
need to be stopped.
Yeah.
You need to
I
be
think it's a
stopped.
sensational number. Also, my friend was saying that she actually needs to be ambassador for Maria Stopes. She should be wearing a number 11 jersey, just like they have those men's health ads.
You see?
And then
'Cause
she's on
a
it.
striker.
Yeah. Or what is number 11? Or creative midfielder or some shit like
She's a
that. I
winger
don't know,
or
bro.
something. She
Yeah.
wins it.
I don't know, man. I think it's a bit too much. But I commend it that you can actually you got to do the hard work. And sometimes
But just think,
make the hard
that
decisions,
could have
bro.
been our Bafana team, bro. We could
No,
have
not-
won a World Cup. Maybe that was the players that was going to win the fucking World Cup for us.
I'm thinking maybe if there was OnlyFans 11, yeah. But not there. Not
Jeez,
there.
bro.
Yeah, that's it. And that's what plays on TV. So someone was saying that show should be taken off air because it's not bringing anything
What's the show's
constructive.
name?
What is it? I don't know. I don't watch. I think I just saw the clip. What is it?
There's so much
Zodwa
weird show.
Uncensored or something. Yeah, Zodwa Uncensored.
So it's basically just
It's like reality TV thing that plays on
Reality TV.
163 or
jeez.
something. Yeah. Well, you know that channel has everything. We had Jola 99. My
But the
Perfect
guys,
Wedding.
let's talk with the guys as well. Why are you fucking people like that clean? Okay, I understand. But a woman like that, you need to know your market.
No, bruh.
You need to know who you're fucking like
No,
this.
but she's not hot. I think she's not hot.
She has that whore thing in her.
There's a
No,
hoary.
I'm not saying she's a whore. I'm saying she has that type. She's portraying that vibe, and guys like that. It's like, you know, when you were a teenager, you
Like,
would like
what-
want to
who was
fuck
that?
a porn
Superhead.
star and all that shit.
Like Superhead.
Yeah, basically. So everybody's like, oh fuck, I need to see what this is all about.
She's the star of her own horror show, bro. That's what's happening. That's what's
Blood
happening.
everywhere.
Yeah. She's her own viewers. She's a horror show star. But I don't know, man. But to each their own, bro.
Yeah, to each their own. It's your life at the end.
Yeah,
of the day.
I feel like those guys who simp on her so much when she's walking on the wall or doing whatever and she's not wearing
I
anything.
always see that videos. It's like open mouth. They're like hungry. Like, oh shit, I haven't eaten in 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. I'm taking any pussy. Damn, what the fuck?
Yeah, man, people are desperate. People are desperate. So I think we leave it at that.
No judgment.
No judgment. It seems like these days, but women get held to a different standard than what we do, man. Imagine if I came out and I was bragging that I'm a 3-time abortionee, I'd be fucking roasted, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
I'd be roasted like anything.
Definitely.
So now for someone to come out and say you're 11-time and you're brave, that's something else. So I liken it to this thing that I told you yesterday. Like when women standards are treated differently. We were sitting in a car with a lady who took off her shoes and she was stinking up the whole car, but we had to drive all the way from fucking PE to East London. And she saw nothing wrong with that. Now we had to put on the aircon and fucking freeze in front.
Nobody's telling her that.
Yeah.
So imagine we say that. Now it's like a judgment
Yeah.
thing. It'll be a judgment piece that we can't even say anything to
Then
her.
you are wrong.
Then we're wrong.
Yeah.
If it was a dude who took his shoe off, you'd be like, dude, mobster, your feet smell. Get the, like, you know, sort that out quickly. No, we can't.
There's no equality.
There's no equality. So we had to fucking sit in the car with our noses up with the aircon on and suffer through that shit. And she saw nothing wrong because people are held to a different standard.
You see?
You see that?
Yeah.
So another one, which is possibly, I don't know, something was coming. There's a lady who cheated on her husband. She was in and out.
Mm-hmm.
And she, obviously, the husband didn't want to touch her with a stick or anything. And he just waited the
After a
time.
while,
After a while. So I don't know, could you get that
I've
that
got
article
that, yeah.
before we hop on there? Let's just read that.
Check here. A now divorced woman has discovered that if you cheat on your spouse, you lose. The court ruled that she forfeit half of her husband's pension money because she left him and the children for another man. The woman, who cannot be identified as the matter involves a divorce action, went to the Gauteng High Court, Pretoria, to divorce her husband. She also asked that half of her husband's pension be paid to her. The husband in turn said his cheating wife should not get a cent and that the half of his government pension fund to which the spouse married in community of property is usually entitled should be forfeited due to her conduct over the years. The couple got married in 2009, but the husband said the relationship soured over the years and his wife simply left their home, sometimes for months on end, without telling him where she was going. Jeez! Shortly after their marriage, she enrolled at a nursing school where she stayed. Hey, nurses.
Always the fucking nurses.
Nurses
She,
are
however,
judgmental.
refused to tell him where the nursing school was. Wow. The husband eventually called a family meeting where he said that she did not take care of him and the children. The wife was reprimanded, but things did not improve. The husband told the court that his wife was fetched by an unknown man in the mornings, and when he asked where she was going, she simply said, "I told you where I'm going." Whoa! He said once she only returned home on 3 occasions during an entire year. When she eventually returned, she came home with a baby.
Jesus.
When he asked her whose child it was, she
bro.
replied, "It's none of your business." Imagine that.
Yeah. So what we taking out here?
Jeez.
I hate the part that says she was declined the pension which she's entitled to. Okay, they were married in community of property.
Yeah.
So apparently, if you're married in community of property, then you divorce, you got to split your assets in half, and then you go your separate
But
ways.
the law also said it depends on the judge. So it obviously depends on what you've done, on your conduct as well.
Yeah. So she fucked up here
She
by
fucked up big
disappearing
time.
months on end, and actually being a nurse also on two. That's
But
quite a
even
fuck
with
up.
cases like that where women do their things, they still get away a lot of times, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there you go. The paternity test came out there and definitely not his baby. So it also now, it just made things much
He's
easier.
one of the lucky.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of the lucky
exactly,
ones. But
exactly.
I find that so bad though. Is that you do nothing and then someone thinks that they're entitled to half your shit.
Yeah, and they feel like, I deserve your shit. Fuck you. Fuck what I did. It doesn't matter. I need to take your shit.
Yeah, that's bad, man. I mean,
Quite.
how many years is that? I heard months and so I think 9 months there was a baby. She would disappear on months on end.
Yeah, like 6 months or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think maybe she was going out with one of the doctors there, man.
Yeah,
That's
it must be.
usually what happens.
Yeah, I would have thought that like one thing that happens there is that she's enrolled now to a nursing school. Probably dude says go there. She probably went to a gynae to get her vag checked out. The gynae took a liking to what he saw, and then she got enrolled into nursing school because he was trying to take care. You know?
But this is one of those rare cases, like, bro. But if it can be like be judged more like this, like in a basis of what you did, basically.
Yeah.
Instead of just saying you getting that, and because you're a woman, you're supposed to get that.
Yeah.
Because normally in those cases, they just give the woman the house.
Yeah, guys suffer.
It's always like the woman needs to be with the child. Like, who says that? Why?
Look,
Who made that fucking rule?
I have to agree 100% with Big Man Danny there.
Yeah.
Because nowadays, I can get a text for this. I'm fine with that. But women do not take care of the children.
Oh, I know that.
They neglect the kids.
They're always out there to be having fun. Sometimes people like to say it's Maga Oni, but Maga Oni is never at home. She's out shopping, doing whatever with the friends, and then she's only there for the birthday. Next moment you realize it's the birthday party,
And photos, taking
and there's
photos.
photos,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
WhatsApp
like
status,
posting,
Facebook
yeah, that
status.
shit's just put up, and you're like, what the fuck did we get? How the fuck did we get here?
I'm such a good mother.
Yeah, and then
Look at my
once
status.
a year she's like, I'm here, and Christmas.
And then they get
obviously.
approval from all the other ladies. So,
Yeah, they all-
my God.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah, so even
strangely enough, right? But this is something in America. There was one guy. There was it was a TikTok. I forgot to send you that video, but it was like in America. There they even fucking worse with these type of things. He posted a video where he complained. His wife cheated. They bought a house, everything together. His wife cheated. Yeah. Moved in with this guy in that house. They got divorced. 50% custody, right? She stays in that house with the new guy. The children see like half a week and then the other week 50-50. He still has to pay spousal support and child support. Even though 50-50.
No, I wanted to- I wanted to
woman
come
is
to that.
Like the
No,
kids
I
are by
wanted to-
you and then they come back to me. But I still have to fucking pay you. You know what pissed me off about that? I went to the comment section. The guys understood already, like, bro, then getting 50. Why the fuck am I paying? All the ladies I understand why she cheated because a guy that rents like this. Oh, do you expect another dude to pay child support for your kid? They don't understand the whole 50-50 thing. They're like, fuck you. It's a
Yeah.
good thing she cheated because this guy is a puss that is doing this type of things.
So can we leave it at this as well? That women do not hold each other accountable.
Yeah, they don't.
Oh no, they don't.
They're not like us guys. A guy will tell you, look here, bro, you fucked up.
Yeah,
Just
don't be a
take,
pussy.
take your pill, swallow it. You fucked up. Now, women don't do that.
Yeah, but also I was about to say, even in my experience there, I was gonna say I've known some people who get divorced, and I see papers, and I know that this woman gets paid more than this guy, possibly 8,000 more. But there's still a 3,000
and
spousal
even
support
in that post, that
Wow.
one
that
of the
comes
things I
out.
forgot
That
what he
comes
said
out
there.
from a dude.
The one thing he said there, she earns more than me, and he still has to pay. Always, bro.
Yeah, I know
Always.
that thing is pretty terrible.
It's a rare thing where you.
Yeah, but then and also I wonder whatever happened to that whole Puppy Malloy thing, where the guy was trying to get spousal support. Did he ever get that spousal support from Puppy Malloy? I wonder.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, so I wonder whatever happened to that, if he actually got that spousal support. So that one's it's quite a tricky one. It's not even tricky. I think it's just possibly what's fair. But you know how the divorce courts work and how everything is. It's always just
You know why? One thing that I learned about these things, divorce courts and the mediation and advocates, everything are filled with women from a woman's perspective. So you go in there as a guy, you're kind of screwed in like a big way. It's like women everywhere. That's the shit thing.
so they're probably slipping each other notes like, hey, say
So,
this.
so they always like you're battling two women now. That's emotional. That's the crazy thing about it. So,
Yeah, well, and you find that most guys that are parents, they seem to be the ones who become the bitch in the relationship because you got to be one fighting for your child and da 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 da.
always.
That's what's
and they
but-
know that's why they push these things. You always see women push for divorces. Like women initiate divorces more than men.
Yeah, the script has been flipped. Bro.
Yeah, I was telling my colleague the other day was telling me how he's got like 4 kids or something. So from 4 different women. So he was telling me, okay, the one he loved the first baby mama, the second baby mama tried to trap him because she kept on like saying she's gonna go for abortion. She ended up leaving even PE and went somewhere else. And then she just came back 11 months later with a child.
Wow.
Then the third one, she was a nurse. She stalked him on Facebook, went through all his contacts, told him that you got to leave this guy, he's mine, da da da. And then she said that she was going to get an abortion, but being a nurse, she took pictures, in a clinic saying that, yeah, I'm here for it. She also disappeared for a while and then came back
Wow.
with the child.
I'm starting to
There's a pattern.
become suspect regarding the whole thing they say. Like, I know it sounds bad, but I don't know how to say this actually. But they say like women are basically a copy machine. Their vagina is a copy machine
shit.
of the father. Because at the end of the day, this is how it always looks. They know already they're gonna fuck this guy from the beginning.
Yes.
Like, I'll fuck this guy. In 5 minutes, they know already I'm gonna fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Even without a condom. So at the end of the day, it's still that primordial instinct that's in them of I wanna replicate this guy. He has good genes.
Yeah, I
so,
hate that.
So you
Oh.
see, that's the whole thing. Despite what you say, like it's always the case, but that woman that fucks you is actually looking at you and saying you have good genes, and
hate that.
she'll want to replicate
No, I hate
you.
that. I don't want anyone who sees me and says, you
Yeah.
got such nice hair and such nice
Yeah,
skin.
but you
have a
always
child."
hear that shit. Like,
Yeah, no.
when they see you, they think already like, I want to replicate this guy. I want their babies with this dude. That's why when they run away, they know they're gonna struggle, and it might be a money thing as well. But it's because they like what they saw and they want a child like that. And
I
then
know-
you'll see them when after they have a baby, maybe with you, they don't give a fuck about you, but they have that child with that genetic.
Well, they got something they can hold
Yeah.
you with. Because I know a lot of ladies who are single mothers and they'll be like, nah, I don't like my baby daddy. He doesn't want to pay, or there's all those sort of type of things. Because obviously that turns out to be a money struggle. And also sometimes obviously they think they can use that to keep you, Sadly. And that isn't the case. I don't think it works like that because our minds are different. As my colleague was saying there, he's like, I'm fine. I can have the kids and all. But the relationship with those women are are dead.
Dead, yeah.
Dead.
I think that's how it's supposed to be, though, because at the end of the day, you will find yourself wanting if you pursue anything there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, people think so. So, amen for the guy, hey?
Yeah.
Shame, man.
Shame. It's a start of something.
It's
You know,
rare.
It's a
rare.
start. It might be a start because people are complaining about it. At
Mm-hmm.
least more and more people are complaining about it
Yeah.
because things are changing at least. So
but-
let's hope like things will be handled a little bit better. Yeah.
Look, I don't really think that it might go that route. However, it is propaganda now, even in government. Hey, I shouldn't be saying these things, but anyway, it is propaganda that they are pushing these things. They hide it behind equality and this GBV type of thing. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, let's call a spade a spade.
Yeah. I know. Look, the way society is going, bro, I feel sorry for the future.
Nah, it's,
Isn't
it's
I
a
feel
shitty thing, bro.
I feel sorry for the future itself because I don't think most people have that thing where they're like, let's have a family, or people know how to have a family. They don't do counseling and all those things. I've seen it happens that people can have a child, but obviously I even spoke to my neighbor. She has a very functional family because I remember the other day she even took a loan out to actually help her husband to actually pay Labola because they had like 3 kids and he hadn't paid that. So that instance
Family
is,
died with the living room.
yeah, that's different. That one,
yeah.
that's different because she took the loan
Yeah.
so that the dude can actually pay for that, and because they've already started a family, they're living together, they're doing all that. The kids are there and they're supporting it.
What do they call it? The nuclear family, right?
Yeah, or COVID. Yeah, they're doing everything. So when I spoke to her in the car, she was asking me, she was like saying, "You don't have any kids and all that?" I was like, I don't know. I don't want any kids actually because I see it as it's so much stress. Like imagine I see you hear these kids just running. Like I wake up in the morning, I want to run. I want to come back. I want to sit alone. I just want to sit in the house and they must be.
The fucked up thing is when they're there, it looks stressful. When you're there, you won't trade that for shit.
No, you really.
Really.
Doesn't
it's
what?
like you won't trade that for shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the
Oh,
day, you're
you
like,
guys
yeah.
have got kids now.
Yeah. No, I mean
You got your
yeah.
mother to take care of your kids too, but I feel like I don't even want to go that mark because I know people who didn't have kids before, then they have kids. And then okay, going back to my point, as she was saying, I've imagined now I'm 35 or I'm 32. By the time I'm 40, these kids will be in high school and everything will be fine. I'll be all over that stress, and at least I know my husband's here to take care of it. So I feel like even the balls to say, I want to raise someone, and you don't have the money, you don't have the support
That's
structure,
the shit thing.
you know, and you don't have, like, you suffer from depression because I watch most people, all these chicks, they just ball up and keep quiet, and then you see there's something, and then they go out, and then you get your mother. Remember what happened the other day where we had someone here with us, and they said, "Oh shit, my mother's calling. She was going to say about my
Yeah,
child."
yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's
so-
like a big issue.
So we're
needs to
not
be
mentally,
planned.
you're not mentally ready.
Yeah, it needs to be planned. It's something that's planned. It's not just something that happens. That's the problem nowadays. It's like it happens, you know. Yo, shit, I got this one pregnant now. we
Yeah,
have to
and
be
it
together.
always- it comes back to that
you
first
should
one.
Date, you go out, you get married, and then you have children. You
Yes.
decide, okay, the money's right, everything's right. Now we have children. Now
Yeah.
that gets seen as taboo. Basically, it's boring.
Now,
Yo.
can't you actually put it as that sex is too accessible?
Very
Yeah,
accessible.
that's
Very
one of the main
accessible.
problems.
I had phantom sex last week. I didn't even have sex, but I was accused of having sex. It's too accessible. You see, it's too accessible.
So,
I
so the
didn't have
problem
it.
is what actually when it comes to like the abortions and all these type of things, it's always the same thing. They say like we can go to contraceptives and say, okay, we have all the contraceptives now, né? But at the end of the day, it goes back to sex is too accessible. Back
Nah,
then
but
it was harder. You know, people got married before they get sex. Like back
But no,
then.
I still blame a contingent of them because I remember in
It's
the
like,
other.
it's
in
a
the-
lot of things, man.
No, I blame. It's a mental thing. You've got to be prepared. Look, if you say there's a contraceptive and there's something that you can do that protects you, you must take that.
Yeah.
So someone told me I had to save it on my phone that your cycle ends on the 17th of June. I had put it there. Someone said to me, "Oh no, I didn't go on Friday. I'm cool." And I was like, "No, don't come over here. Do not come over here. You have not gone to do your thing. She insisted that she come over. It happened. I was like, okay, you better not. Lo and behold, 2 weeks later, there's tears on the phone. I'm like, nah, dude, you're gonna cost me 2-4 now. I gotta pay Mario Stopes for that shit. That's 2-4 that just comes out of like nowhere. I gotta shit that
But
much cash
shouldn't
out.
there be a 50-50 fee?
No, they don't. They don't. No, fuck half on the, like. There's an R. Kelly line, half on the baby. It's never happening.
You see, that's
Yeah, so
that's-
I didn't fuck up because I had my bases covered. But now, who wants money for the thing?
you see that's
And then you come back to me, and then we have a conversation that, no, you're so cruel. You don't want to have children. I told you from the beginning what my conditions are to be in a relationship.
And you'll see a lot of women do that. Say, let's say you don't want children, then they keep the child, but they'll hold you hostage to
Yeah.
their children.
Nah, bro. I
Like
don't-
like we had an agreement. I don't want a child. You want to keep the child, keep it. But don't involve me in it.
Just to get back to what
That's-
you were saying there.
Yeah.
Then
You said you had your bases covered. You didn't have your dickhead covered.
No, I had my bases covered in the fact that you had gone for the injection, you had to do for 6 months, and you were due to go back again. I had saved that on my calendar. And then obviously I said it's done. I even 2 days before I even said to you, it's just your thing is gone, eh? You must go.
yeah, then
Not listening.
that's what I'm saying. It's planning. You need to talk to each
Yeah.
other. You need to plan. You can't just be,
And I think that was just ovulation speaking when she said she
Yeah.
wanted to come
She
over
wanted-
because she was mad horny. You see that? I was like, no, do not.
And she probably wanted the child for real.
Sadly.
That's how it goes. You know?
Yeah. Sadly, Mario
I
Stokes.
need that genes.
No,
in
Mario,
me.
Mario Stokes, stop that. No, fuck that shit. So, what was I gonna say now? Oh gosh, there was something I was gonna say.
Well, it slipped your mind.
Slipped your mind. That other thing has to come. Then the male contraceptive must come.
I'm not taking that shit.
Nah, definitely not.
Now we've been saying that it's gotta come.
Yeah, it's gonna come. Then you don't come.
Super, simple.
If it like works like that where you don't come in, let's say you fuck for longer and that type of shit,
Nah, you won't fuck for long.
and things like that, just naturally, you just inject it and you always like, I don't come, you just fuck. But I bet you it's gonna piss a lot of women off. Yeah.
No, we did. You did say this. Don't rehash yourself. I remember that episode. We did say this. We went through this.
Piss them off. I cannot.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. That's the thing. I think we gotta wrap it up, man. We gotta wrap it up.
With the last one, let's speak about the syrup. Sipping on some syrup.
What the hell is happening? I saw 16 kids died in Gambia.
What?
Is it 16? Wasn't it 66?
No,
16.
16. What
16,
the fuck?
man. No, man,
Ooh.
66! What the?
66.
Is it 66?
66, bro.
66,
I was
bro.
shocked as well. I was like, what the fuck?
I thought there was 16. You might as well
No.
add a 6 to it to make it more,
Six,
spiritual.
66.
So this cough syrup apparently came from India.
Yeah, it fucked them up.
What was the Indians doing?
I don't know. It came from
fucks
the
up the
Ganges
kidneys.
River, bro. There wasn't even. I don't think it was cough syrup. It came from the Ganges River or some shit. It was actual water that they were selling. But it's
fucked
so
up the
sad that
kidneys.
how is it? It goes to Gambia. Okay, I understand India is a big hub for pharmaceuticals and all that shit. But how does 66 vials or tubs of thing go through, or a sample is untested? Because apparently
Because
it
they
had
don't
very
give a fuck.
it had high levels. I think try and read that article. There's
But
this
remember what happened with the vaccine as well? Then people were complaining like, fuck no, you're not going to test it on us first.
yeah.
It's the same thing like they create and like, it's Africans, fuck them.
Yeah.
Keep it.
So
Yeah,
just
yeah,
read
let me
that.
Just read this quickly. Investigation into cough syrup after 66 children die in the Gambia.
Cough themselves to death.
Yeah, hey.
Jeez.
Testing by the World Health Organization found the products contain unacceptably high quantities of two substances known to be toxic. Then what the fuck is it doing in cough syrup?
Yeah, that's my point. It's high. They have two substances which are high in it.
So don't you think it was planned?
No, it's like, why do they put that in cough syrup in the first place?
Yeah, listen
Yes,
here.
I'm thinking like, so it must be planned or something.
Listen here. Indian authorities are investigating after the WHO said the medicine could be causing potentially fatal kidney damage. Health Ministry staff in India told Reuters that an urgent investigation into the matter has been already taken up. They added that all required steps would be taken to probe. So come on, they're only probing it now. What the hell?
Yeah, so
Nah, guys.
it's a long thing.
this
So
is
how?
terrible.
This is my point. Point is, how was so much medicine? How did it go through the cracks in Gambia?
I told you.
And it went
They
through.
check the list. Europe. Hey, we need to check it. It's Africans.
Ah.
let's just go.
Yeah, that's bad, man. That's very bad.
is
It's like they were making like what India's got king cobras and all those type of shit. It's like they were using venom for cough syrup, bro. Like what the hell is that?
Wow.
That's fucked up.
So with that, and I saw on the news they spoke to the dude on E News, and he spoke to some Indian lady who was asking the question. So I know very well here in the Eastern Cape, East London, King Williamstown, or mostly South Africa, there's a syrup pandemic. You know where people use syrup and put it in their thing to make what lean.
Yeah.
What happened to those lean deaths?
Yeah, but we at least contained it a bit. I remember it was a couple of years back. They put this whole thing on it. The main cough syrup they trying to get is codeine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's codeine
yeah,
in it. Not this normal cough.
No, but that one that he mentioned there is that one with the white lid and it's yellow and orange.
the Alcofelex.
Yeah, bro, that's the one.
the
of the,
Alcofelex.
yes, that's the one there.
And I like Alcofelex.
And the people, no, people will say Alcofelex actually tastes like Jägermeister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, sometimes I drink for the taste. Like I take a teaspoon, like, hey, it tastes fucking good. I don't know why. I just like the.
I just
fucking
don't
taste.
like. I don't like medicine in general, bro. I'm one of those people who just sleeps with med lemon and I get fine. I do not take.
But you see, they put that codeine thing that you need a prescription. At least that
Yeah.
cut people off. Because there was a time back. I remember when I used to go to the pharmacy, we would go get the medicine and things, and school kids would come in and like they would buy. Like,
But it doesn't
cough syrup.
stop. It doesn't stop them
Yeah.
because in Bafia and all those things, they're selling those things.
Yeah.
In the black on the black market.
Yeah, you
For
see,
something like
that's the
60
thing.
rand or
and that lady was
80
just
rand.
chasing them out there and saying, "No, I'm not gonna fucking you guys. You kids need to stop selling. I'm gonna stop selling these ones as well."
Yeah.
And I thought like at least they have like it contained a bit at least from there.
Yeah. Well, here it's kind of contained because you gotta have to get a thing
I think because it works out cheaper, isn't it?
if you buy it in the streets.
They no man like instead of buying liquor, that's why these kids buy it. Like you can drink that one thing you buy Alcofelex like probably 20 rand. You drink that thing, you're drunk, bro.
No, but I just don't like the feeling of
You
that.
see, and
how,
what they
how
do-
it makes you feel, man.
And they throw it with liquor. That's the whole thing. Like maybe
Into
with a
Sprite.
shot, yeah, or even in Sprite, and even with liquor. Let's say they have maybe a shot or something. You throw it with it with the Sprite. They're in there,
Nah, I never like
and
medicine
that's
for the mere fact.
that's a sleepy eye.
Yeah, I don't like that. I wouldn't like that high. It's Coke is fine, bro. Coke, you're awake, you just fucking Sparta all
That's a
over the
sleepy-
place.
You always hear, "Oh, this weed is real."
Yeah.
That's where the mama raps.
I don't see where the fun is that though.
No.
In feeling that way.
Just being numb.
Yeah, just
I
being
think
numb.
it's the numb thing.
Yeah.
They want to be numb.
Yeah, so I
It's
don't think
even
it's
things
yeah.
these
I
kids
think we're not gonna worry about that because we shouldn't be because I think at least our authorities would be looking at those
Hopefully,
things.
yeah.
Yeah, hopefully they'll be looking at. I just feel like Gambia, bro. How 66?
It's quite bad.
It's quite bad. So I think we should.
That's
We'll
a lot, bro. It's,
yeah,
there's
we'll
no
we'll
small numbers.
yeah we'll keep our pulse on that one,
Yeah,
but we won't cough too soon or shit like that. Yes, dude.
Jeez.
Yeah, my niggas don't dance. Let's just pull up our pants and do the rock away. Terrible. Now lean back.
Yeah.
Now lean back. No.
They lean too far.
Yeah, bro.
Fall
That's
back.
terrible. So yeah, man. I think that's another episode. We'll be gone. It is the Zoch Life.
Big man Danny,
And Mobster.
this is the NTF.
Yeah, man. We're trying to work on a big guest. We'll get him.
Well, we're gonna get him.
Yeah.
Peace out.